You should be angry. Pokemon is messing up. Scalpers are everywhere. Every store who's ever sold you a single thing is lying to you and are evil. That's what everyone's saying. That's how everyone's behaving. I want to make today's video. I'm here at the gym. I didn't want to wait to get home because I got to do Journey Together orders. It's all the anger. So much anger. This is something that resonates with me very deeply. That is anger. Been angry most of my life. Done very bad things in my life. Luckily, I've been able to, I don't want to say get redemption, but been able to give back to a certain degree to kind of make up for it in my mind. I still got much further way to go, but anger led to all those things. I'm just seeing so much negativity. I literally made a video about positivity. You should see how many people are pissed off about, hey, do this and you'll feel better and look positive. They just want to yell and scream. That doesn't help anybody. Anger is a bomb. No matter how much you try and aim it at someone or something, it's going to hit people around you. Those people screaming. Pokemon should get rid of distributors and change it up for all stores. What about that store, that LGS that was real kind to you, gave you a good trade? What, just because they're sold out of product now, they should be shut down? That's what your anger's saying. F them, right? They deserve it. What do they do? Just because you're mad at Scalpers or Pokemon, they should be shut down? I'm talking about me. There's YouTube creators too. I'm not going to call out any names because who am I? I'm some guy with like 2,000 followers. No one cares. But they're attacking someone and people who give away to others, help others. And they may not even be attacking them directly. They're attacking them in a way of trying to get their followers to side with them and attack those people. And you're saying, well, they're not directly saying it. Yeah, but they're clearly saying it in comment sections. Yeah, F this person, let's go get them. And then you're not doing anything to stop it. You're encouraging the anger to someone who never did anything. And then that same person even gets on your comment section and says something. You don't want to apologize or even mention how people are being misguided and attacking them. Meanwhile, that person who probably clearly has anxiety and depression issues, fuck them. Right? You know, this anger, it does no one any good. It doesn't solve any issues. Again, a bomb is destructive, not constructive. You can say, well, the anger is going to give us solutions to Pokemon. No, it won't. You dogging on someone who's helped out just because you're a little pissy because you can't find your product, how is that actually getting you more product? Explain, please. Now, I'm not saying don't criticize people when they're in the wrong. Send Pokemon letter, be like, hey, this is a bit ridiculous. I can't find product. Should you threaten them? No, that's not going to do anything. I was reviewing the video and I wanted to add one thing on the whole community aspect, which is in a community, when someone's struggling, someone's harmed, you don't stab them in the freaking back more. What you do is you see if they're okay. You live by a neighbor, you know this guy, you find out, hey, he yelled at his job, broke a window and left. The natural reaction should be not, well, let's go condemn this guy and riot at his house and burn it down. Go check him out. Hey, man, what's wrong? Are you hurting? Do you need something from me? Right? That's what a community does. Community doesn't just turn their back the second they don't get their way and attack somebody. That's not a community. That's just called you taking things from them when it's convenient for you, but as soon as it's inconvenient for you, F them. All right? Now, these are businesses. It's supposed to be transactional. This is why I don't like the word community in this stuff, right? I'm going to do my best to make things worth your while, and you guys return the favor. But if you truly want to be a community, instead of turning on each other as soon as you get mad, try and help each other out. See if they need anything. Ask if there's anything you can do. Or maybe just, kind of shrug off the negative in the moment and stay a little more positive. But back to the normal video. But you can direct your anger. You want your anger to be more of a laser beam. Anger is a sign that there is friction, that there is a problem that needs to be addressed. Don't listen to the anger in the sense of how to react because it's almost always incorrect. It's almost always wrong. But it's telling you that there's some friction that needs to be solved. So what tools do you have? What tools can you use when you are angry? First, one thing I always ask myself when I feel that anger wanting to explode out of me, that rage, I stop, take a second, go, how would that get me what I want? And if the answer is ever, well, then they'll see, stop. That's just rage. That's you trying to impose your will because it feels like they're trying to impose their will upon to you. So the anger kind of says, I'll show you how big and bad I am because I'll get angry, right? It's a childlike reaction, right? Again, it's natural to get angry, but how we react is the important part. So first thing I do is I ask myself, will this action by me being upset is actually going to get me what I want, or is it going to get me further away? Most likely further away, so I stop. Okay. Then I ask myself, what is it that I'm wanting? And then I list 3 things that will get me there quickest. I analyze those 3 things and go, are those worth my time doing? Usually one of them will be, and even if it doesn't get me directly there, it will start heading me in the direction to get what I want. Thirdly, one of the ones you probably don't want to hear about Pokemon is, even if I address these issues, is there anything I can do that will actually make it better for others or for myself? And if the answer is no, sometimes the best thing to do is let go. That's the difference between connection and attachment. To be connected, you can feel it move, you can feel it shift, it can influence you, but any moment you can release, it will no longer be able to affect your center, right? An attachment, however, is an unwillingness to let go. Right? No matter where it goes, you'll be pulled over, and that's how you get knocked off. Okay. In relationships, we do this all the time, right? I have to have this. I got to make it work. It has to go right. And then you come home, the person's upset, and then you get upset. You don't know why, but their emotions are affecting your emotions, where sometimes the best answer is to just kind of let go and step back. Not in the meaning you don't care, you don't want to help, but let them have those emotional bouts, right? Let them be unstable because you need to be stable for them to lean onto. When you're unstable, you don't make good choices. You get further away from your goals. The more composed you are, the more centered and based you are, the more likely you are to make the right choice. You're getting mad and furious about all this Pokemon stuff. F this store, F that store. A week later goes by, that store that you were just cussing out, yelling out, they now have an MSRP. They got a restock. You're like, hey, buddy, hit me up. I'm like, aren't you the person who just told me to F off? Well, I was mad because you didn't have any stock left. Okay, I'm not selling to you. This didn't happen to me. It happened to someone else, but same time, it's like, you just put yourself further away for what? Just to yell? Be a child? And again, I'm not calling everyone a child who feels angry about the situation with Pokemon right now. It's upsetting. It's something we enjoy, but again, the reason we are upset is because we care. So instead of acting angry and negatively to people, show you care. Find the things you love about Pokemon and dive into those things. Interact with others in the community. Talk in videos like this down below with each other. Go find a friend, trade with. Go play, do some competitive play. Start buying some older cards. Remember why you love the hobby. Focus on the things you can do and the things you do enjoy. And eventually all this is going to blow over. It's only been a few months. Just 6-7 months ago, you could find product on every single shelf for cheap. This is going to be very short term, but don't let it ruin who you are and ruin your relationships with others or even someone you don't even know. Don't impose upon their life and possibly cause them harm because you're upset. Again, this is something I've dealt with very heavily. I wrote an entire book. It's not a plug. I'll hold it right here. Monsters Can't Love. I grew up very angry. I hurt a lot of people growing up. And I didn't feel bad about it at the time until someone came into my life, kind of showed me, hey, like everything you're doing is like destructive. Like it's not, is it really benefiting you? No, it never did. Everything always got worse in my life because of it. Now I'm a father. And just the other night, like I could feel that anger pop up over something completely nothing, right? The baby's just crying, doing what baby does. And I knew the answer. It was I needed to go get milk, right? Just need to get in the fridge and warm it up. She just ate, but for some reason in my head, I'm like, you just ate. You shouldn't be hungry. That's one of the key words that will cause you more pain than anything. Should and shouldn't. When you say what should happen, you're living in a false reality. Me saying you shouldn't be hungry. Well, here's the thing. Reality is the baby's hungry. Feed it. You know what I did? I took a second, breathed. I go, is me yelling at this freaking baby going to do anything? No. Instead, I picked her up. I hugged her. She's still screaming. I walked into the kitchen. I warmed up the freaking milk. Gave her the milk. No more crying. The solution was easy, right? But in the cloud of anger, if I was still filled with that rage like before, I would have yelled at an infant who relies on you to love and take care of them. It sucks for a store when they have no product. They don't want that. Basically, all I'm trying to say here is if you are angry, I understand, but direct that anger towards something productive that's going to help you and help others. I'm not saying what's going on is fine with Scalpers, Pokemon not printing demand. Everyone, Pokemon's evil. Pokemon's wrong. It's like, really? Pokemon's probably one of the best companies at giving their customers what they want. Supply's low. It happens. That's nothing they can control. People weren't buying products, so they stop printing it. And suddenly, a set comes out. Everyone wants to get back in it. It takes time for Pokemon to catch up. They're not sitting there planning this stuff out. Oh, we're going to screw everyone over today. That's not what's happening. Pokemon's a fantastic company. Yeah, there's times that things suck, right? Have you never made a mistake? Have you never messed up in your life? I'm sure you have. But again, that anger isn't going to help you. It's just making you hate this hobby, the thing that you love. Love it. That's all I want you to do. I want you to enjoy this as much as I do and how much you used to when this isn't an issue. Focus on the things you can and ignore the things you can't. When you feel that friction, take the best steps you can to address those with what you can do versus focusing on what you can't do. To me, I always say anger comes from not being able to solve a problem. That's when I get most frustrated. It's like, there's this thing here, and I don't know what to do about it, right? Because of that, there's this frustration because it's irrational, right? There's this irrational, where there's a problem, there's nothing you can do about it. Well, that's irrational. Everything should have an answer. Everything should be able to be solved. Why can't I solve it? And that's where I know my anger comes from. I think that's where most people's are. Imagine you break your phone and you get angry. Oh no, my phone. But you can go snap your fingers. It's fixed. Anyway, you may say, well, I still get angry because it cost me money. Well, let's say it was free. It was free. Snap your fingers. You would never get angry about your phone breaking again. It comes from not knowing what to do. So reflect on what you can do and take those steps. Even if it's not the best right now, it's what we can do to help one another, enjoy the hobby, enjoy what we love about Pokemon. Don't let this ruin you. Everything's going to be fine eventually. It always is, okay? This is my rant video. It's something that I just really want to talk about. I know how rage can be. I know how anger can be. Don't let it ruin the good things in your life, all right? I love you all. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. And I'll have another video coming out soon. Journey Together orders really delayed things, so I had to skip filming, but we're going to be doing a Team Rocket video on all the Team Rocket sets and its history. I'm going to rank them in order. So that's going to be coming soon, but I'm going to get Journey Together out first. So I'll see you guys next time.